We want you to cook us a dish that is worthy of winning the competition.
Whoever cooks the best dish today, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, gets this, an immunity pin. Or should I say, the immunity pin.
It's so hot in here. There's hibachi grills going everywhere. Everyone's got ovens on. Everyone's got stoves on. We're running out of time now. That immunity pin's so close, I can taste it.
I am making pistachio and strawberry eclairs. I am a baker and I'm obsessed with choux pastries.
I've got my choux in the oven, I've got my gel setting in the freezer, and I've got my creme pat chilling. So next step is to temper some chocolate for some garnish.
It's a MasterChef no-no to melt chocolate in the microwave.
The MasterChef kitchen's really hot. It's going to be really hard to control that temperature. Fingers crossed this works. I need to take this from just an eclair to a masterpiece.
Amelia, it's your time to shine.
This dish totally represents me as a cook. It is understated, but it is technically driven. This is what I love to do.
What is that?
That is a pistachio and strawberry eclair.
Stunning. It's packaged beautifully. It's breathtaking. It is mind-blowing. Can you guys see that? Oh,
That's a front cover of a magazine right there.
I'll say it straight off the bat, you've nailed the eclair.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Thanks.
The balance of flavour, the tartness, balanced with the richness of the pistachio cream, the creme pat, the consistency was just absolutely gorgeous. It's amazing.
Thanks.
That is flawless. Like, it's absolutely flawless. Round one, you're right at the top of the pack. So you should be so happy with yourself. Well done.
I've never seen an eclair so decorative, but it's a dessert. You know, it's a MasterChef winning dessert because the texture inside is difficult to nail. And what you've done with the chocolate, it's textbook. What a way to start this competition, because whoever wins season 12, 2020, deserves 2 of those trophies because of the competition that's standing behind you. That, right now, has put a big target on your back.
Thanks,
Well done.
Gordon. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thanks.
Great job.
Thank you.
Really good. My God. I've never seen an eclair that elevated.
In 90 minutes.
And the heat, the kitchen, and the tempering of the chocolate, and the discs, the runouts, the cream. Wow.
Look at you go. Well done, Amelia.
Thank you.
Pretty good meals.
Amelia, I said it to the judges, I've never seen an eclair like that. That was art. But it was art that tasted phenomenal.
Thank you.
Danny, you blew us away with that authenticity. Whatever happens, stick close to that Sri Lankan husband of yours.
Oh, he's not Sri Lankan.
Oh, he's not.
I met him in Sri Lanka.
Where's he from?
He's a Kiwi.
Right. You brought a feast, something authentic, but in many ways, it was unique and true to your personality, and we tasted that. Reynolds, you created technical perfection this evening, and every pastry chef in Australia will be envious of what you just created, because it was incredible. Laura, you know, the pressure on your shoulders tonight to perform in front of this man, God bless you. It was exceptional, and so you should be very proud. I've never seen this man, you know, well up or cry, except for 25 years ago when I told him off. So, more of that, please.
Absolutely.
You 4 didn't just understand the brief, you knocked it out of the park, and then you elevated it. If I could give 4 pins out tonight, you 4 would be wearing them. We can't.
cooking a dish that Gordon's been working on for 20 years. He probably knows this dish inside and out, so even just the tiniest mistake is going to be glaringly obvious.
Listen, focus, and make sure it's not you walking through those doors.
Gordon, the floor's all yours. The three of us are going to pop up there and watch on.
Thank you.
Can't wait. Good luck, you guys.
Come on. You can do it.
So, the dish. It's packed with finesse. How you start at the beginning dictates the success at the end. Every step is crucial. If you can't hear me, I'll repeat it. I can't do it for you. Understood? Yes. Today, the dish you'll be making is an incredible ravioli of marron.
Yum.
Served with a stunning shellfish bisque. Wow. Sat on a bed of delicious spinach, finished with a lemon vinaigrette.
The dish sounds beautiful, and this is my strength. I love seafood, but Gordon's raviolo isn't going to be a simple one. I mean, this is a 3 Michelin star dish.
This raviolo is going to have some extraordinary technique involved.
You heard the dish. A stunning ravioli of marron, served with a beautiful shellfish vinaigrette on a bed of spinach, finished with a lemon vinaigrette. Ready?
Yes.
Yes. Right. Let's go.
Gordon starts moving like a demon. It's on. Usually when we're cooking, we've got some idea of what the finished product is going to be.
And 3 egg yolks.
Pace and precision in equal measure is so difficult.
Teaspoon of saffron oil into the yolks.
Already it's only a few minutes in, and it is so intense trying to keep up with him.
Touch of olive oil into the yolks with the season and lightly whisk.
I'm really happy about the fact that it is pasta because it's something that I do all the time.
Gently add the eggs.
I love cooking pasta with my kids at home.
Let's go.
So I know this is something that I can nail it really quickly.
Yes, nice work, Mish, nice work.
I've got one eye on Gordon and I've got one eye on my pasta dough, so I'm really trying to combine the both. Keep cooking, but keep watching what he's doing so I don't miss a step.
Now, check your mix. It should come together. Nice and doughy. This is crucial, guys.
My pasta's come together, it's time to get it out of the food processor. Gordon is already moving on to the next step. And...
Watch your fingers.
oh, I've cut myself.
Michelle, you okay?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it deep, darling? Let's bounce back. Medic, let's get a glove on it, please. Thank you. And we've got to keep going.
The whole point of this is to keep up with Gordon. I'm losing time, I'm getting behind.
Now, lightly flour the hands and work that pasta.
Oh, done that one too.
Now, use your thumbs and the base of the hand and just take a little smell of that pasta. It should smell of saffron.
I'm getting so far behind, I'm going to miss something, and one small step could be the difference between me staying or going home.
Beautiful, not too wet. Good, nice.
Add even more stress to the whole situation. I've bled into the pasta dough. I cannot use this.
Michelle, we're gonna start again, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. We can't have blood in the pasta. It's not a beetroot ravioli.
Gonna have to make a whole new pasta dough.
Compose, 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 compose. Good girl.
Come on, Michelle, come on. Come on, Michelle. Let's go, Michelle, come on.
Come on, miss.
Michelle, quick recap. 275, 2 whole eggs, 3 egg yolks.
3 yolks, 2 eggs.
Ah,
I'm definitely not gonna let this get to me. I just need to focus and get it done.
don't forget the salt.
I'm gonna fight as hard as I can.
Good girl. Right, lid off, marron in. Quickly.
Blanch for 2 minutes. Come on, you've got this.
Gordon's firing. He's up to putting his marin in the pot.
If your stock is boiling, Michelle, you need to multitask now.
Okay.
Marin in, please. Let's go. 2-minute blanch.
At this stage, I'm keeping up with him.
Let's start the shellfish bisque. Take the shallots. Start peeling them. We're gonna make a quick mirepoix.
Gordon is really moving.
Carrot sliced in half, chopped roughly. Come on, guys.
I'm trying to be precise and make sure I don't miss a step, even while Gordon's moving like a freight train.
I said you were making a mirepoix, so don't fanny around, fine dicing. We don't need it. Olive oil into the pan. Caramelize those vegetables. Really important.
The bisque has to be rich, it's sweet, it's beautiful.
Good job, Ben.
It's got to be perfect.
I'm trying to do everything as perfectly as I can,
Young lady, come on.
but it's incredibly difficult.
Now from there, take your marron, twist the tail. Come on. Very carefully, take out your meat. Literally, out into the bowl.
I know what I'm doing at this point. I'm pretty good with shellfish. I haven't used marin too much, but they're very similar to any other shellfish.
You know your seafood, Ben. You're good.
Right,
The heads come off and go in the bisque.
open up the tail, pinch it together, and let that tail slide out of the shell.
And the tails are set aside for later.
Crack your claws. We're looking for 2 claws. Take the end off, put your finger in, and literally just slide the claw out. Look at that. We can't slow down now.
I've never worked with marin before.
Pay attention. Let's go.
How do I get this on?
Chloe, just open it up.
I have no idea how to take this shell off.
Deglaze the pan now with your white wine.
If we fall behind,
Watch, it's going to go around the pan twice.
we've only got 10 seconds to catch up.
Let's go then. White wine done. Right, claws back out.
Gordon's moving ahead, but I can't afford to mess this marin up.
Let's go, guys.
Chloe's having a real struggle getting these tails out of the marin.
I'm unsure how to open these.
Pull the bottom of the tail off and then just get your fingers in and pull the tail out. Get your finger in between the
Guys, take the
flesh
claws
and
back
the bottom.
out.
The flesh in the bottom.
The flesh and the...
Okay, Ben.
Take your claws out.
Claws out, Ben.
Earth to Ben.
I've been trying to watch Gordon and trying to help Chloe out.
Okay, Ben.
Down in and just rip that bottom bit off.
Okay.
He's a seafood expert. It's each man for their own in this kitchen, but Ben, he's such a good bloke. I'm just really grateful for that.
Breaking down the marin is something I do at home all the time. I know that I can make up some ground here.
Let's go. Come on, Michelle.
And I'm really thinking I could actually do this.
Come on, you've got this. Come on. Brilliant. Flambe. Beautiful.
I've made up so much time, and I am neck and neck with Gordon.
Jesus Christ. Michelle, what's your hair?
Put the Pernod in,
Man, you're playing with fire tonight.
and it goes up like a fireball.
Bloody brilliant.
I'm right back in there with a chance.
Now, we're going to do a bit of filleting. Let's go.
I've watched Gordon Ramsay fillet fish on YouTube,
Seat right up. Let the knife do the work.
and I know this is going to be quick.
Slice the top. Over. Feel that center bone. Point the knife in. Nice, long strokes.
I cannot fall behind at this stage of filleting this fish.
Through. Stroke.
I know Ben is really good at filleting fish.
Release from the rib cage. Use the point of the knife. Let that do the work, guys.
And Michelle loves her seafood.
And then through and off. We only want 1 slab.
Pressure is so high at this stage.
Through and scalp that skin.
Gordon's knife skills are incredible. I've never seen such speed and precision.
I want the last third. There's no bones there. Don't piss around with pin bones. That's what we're going to puree.
It's just amazing to watch.
Salmon goes in. Pureed. What we're making now is a sea trout mousse to bring the ravioli together. Act like a chef now.
Come on, Michelle, Chloe, Ben, let's go.
Come on, guys, you can do this, yeah?
Right, marin out into a large bowl. Come on, guys. Nice squeeze of fresh lemon juice into the marron. 1 beautiful spoon of mousse. Blend the mousse into the marron.
Michelle, that looks great.
I'm really feeling the pressure now.
You know what to do, Ben.
Well done, Chloe.
I've got to add more trout to the mixture. I just hope it works. Got to make this right.
Right, Chloe, Michelle, Ben, take a spoon. I'm going to shape a beautiful ball now. That's the start of the ravioli. In. I'm going to do 3, guys, OK?
Yeah, nice. Good job.
Nice one,
Oh, that looks good, Ben.
Open up your layers and start cutting.
Come on, start cutting these circles out, guys.
We're going to make 3, OK?
I start cutting out large rounds for the raviolo. The pasta is one of the main elements of this dish, so I want to do it exactly how he's doing it.
Place the marron into the centre of the pasta, literally, and just brush around the outside.
So I'm just trying to learn and try to be as meticulous as I can. I want this to work out.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Got to be quick, because here's where we get all the air out.
I make sure that all that air is coming out of the raviolo because I don't want it to burst when it hits the water.
Looks good, Chloe.
Well done, Chloe. Good job.
You guys are doing a great job. You put them in, and you spin them round, and then you just twist the pan here to stop them from hitting the bottom.
Come on, come on.
Let's go, guys.
I've got to be super careful with these raviolo. They can't stick to the bottom of the pan with the broth. I've just got to get them in. They've got to be perfect.
30 seconds to go for my raviolis, guys. Take your little claws and put them in the water for 30 seconds. The garnished claws, guys. Let's go.
The claw is meant to be out of the actual shell. In my haste to catch up, I haven't had time to do this. I'm meant to have a claw out of its shell, but I don't have one. There is one still in the shell, so I decided to top it with that.
Let's go. 10, 9,
Next to your plate.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Well done. Hey, well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Chloe, well done. Michelle, well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Good. Well done. How's that hand?
A couple of little concerns. Plating was a bit sloppy, missed out on the micro herbs, but it's just been an experience I'll never forget.
I think that I've put up something that looks pretty similar to Gordon's, but in my haste to catch up, I've had to cut a few corners, and I honestly don't really know what this has done to the dish.
There's things that I'm concerned about, like is the pasta cooked? Is my sauce reduced enough? Does it have enough flavour? But how many people can say they've cooked with Gordon Ramsay?
It's crazy having Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen. I'm petrified of him. I'm just going to try and cook my best now so he doesn't yell at me.
I'm Gordon's biggest fan. I have his autobiography. I wish I brought it so he could sign it for me. I'm hoping he comes over to my bench.
It's an amazing moment. I hope I cook really good food for him. Still in thinking mode.
I don't need to. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think everyone's going to cook lamb today. What's going to set the winning dish apart from the rest is how well that lamb is cooked and what the lamb is paired with on the plate.
I'm thinking of
Making a kebab.
Cauliflower a few ways.
on the skewer.
Poach some of the peas in the beer.
And a bit of the lamb offcuts to make a crumb.
I'm also probably going to do a beer and green tea sauce to go with it.
It's only a little.
Hydrate, brother.
Permission to drink beer.
Sashi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, well, thank you.
I'm doing a lamb rag and also a beer battered cauliflower.
Beer battered cauliflower, so like a beignet?
Yeah.
Love that idea.
Small bits and pieces of beer battered cauliflowers everywhere.
Good, good, good.
I need to impress Gordon. Good. My beer battered cauliflower is the most important thing in the dish.
Can you win this competition?
Yes, I think I have the potential.
Yeah.
I can cook well.
Good luck. Aldo, how are you doing?
Hopefully the cauliflowers are cooked beautifully. It's almost like an Indian pakoda or a small donut. That's gonna be my secret weapon today.
My dish is a lamb rack served with cauliflower 3 ways, a pea puree, and a beer and lamb stew.
Dessert, please, making lamb.
Not doing a dessert for me is risky, as it's outside of my comfort zone, but I'm fully aware that if I want to go well in this competition, I need to perfect all types of savoury cooking.
Perfect.
I've only ever cooked lamb rack once before, so I'm not really sure how I'll go. I'm a little bit worried that the lamb should be cooked red. I'm just hoping that it is just where it needs to be so that I can get tasted. Hopefully this will give me a chance to get into the immunity challenge.
Don't funny around trimming it all, but the lamb needs to rest. The lamb needs to rest.
I cut into the lamb and it's perfect. I'm really happy. It's medium rare, which is just what I wanted.
Happy, Sash? Very happy.
Oh no. My lamb's definitely rare, and I'm kind of concerned that it might be slightly under. So I just used the outer sides.
Like, needed 30 more seconds.
Which I think is just on the brink of being rare so that I can get tasted.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Your time's up. Well done. First up, Reese.
What? I'm completely shocked. Like, I wasn't sure if I've done enough. And I'm just so excited for Gordon to try my food.
What have you cooked?
Lamb rack with cauliflower puree and then roasted cauliflower.
Reese, you know, you're a dab hand in the bakery departments, so a bit of a shock for me. Seasoned, beautifully, on point. Lamb cooked, you know, superbly. You've got the balance absolutely spot on with the richness of the puree. What would I change? Maybe take one layer of fat off. You can see just a little bit too much fat left in there, but you've nailed the hero, that's the lamb.
I think the things that stand out for me, rather than just the lamb, which is cooked beautifully, is the texture and flavour of the cauliflower. So the cauliflower puree, which is really clean and really smooth, beautifully made, and then really well-roasted cauliflower, so it's sweet. What a surprise, huh? Well done.
Great week last week, and you're starting off this week just as well. Well done.
Thanks, guys. Thank you
Now
so much.
you can smile, right? Thank you.
I just hope now I've done enough to get into that immunity challenge.
I did not expect that at all.
Right, the next dish we'd like to taste belongs to Gina.
Bye, Gina!
Gee,
thank you.
Look at those Yorkshire puddings.
What I've done is a loin of lamb and obviously the Yorkshire pudding. The sauce is a reduction from the lamb bones.
Charming. Delicious, lamb cooked beautifully, but the seasoning's on point. But for me, clearly the lamb's the hero, but the Yorkshire pudding's to die for. That's a perfect gastropub, unique dish that you'd expect to pay $50, $60 for.
Last time I ate a Yorkshire pudding was in the UK by a chef called Tom Kerridge, and that was incredible. This is just as good. Well done, Gina. Well done.
Great job, great stuff. Well done.
Having Gordon Ramsay tell me how good my dish is just like having an out-of-body experience.
The next dish we'd like to taste belongs to Sarah.
I'm really happy with how I've cooked the cauliflower and I'm really happy with the jus. It would be absolutely amazing to have the chance at an immunity pin.
Hey guys, cheers.
That's bribery. You know it, we know it. So what have you cooked?
Rack of lamb with roasted cauliflower and crispy cauliflower leaves and a scallop and lamb jus. If that lamb isn't cooked perfectly, if it's over or under, Gordon's really going to have something to say about it. So, fingers crossed.
Here's the money shot. You've overcooked the lamb. We'd never eat that. It's grey, it's gone.
Yeah.
The secret of a rack of lamb is in its resting. I said to you all, get it in, let it rest. But I'm dying to taste the scallop sauce with the leaves of the cauliflower, which I'd normally serve to my freaking rabbit. Such a shame. Because the flavour profile is beautiful. And you had the guts to use the scallops, which weirdly work, because it's sweet. The leaves and the scallops on top of the lamb is the big hit for me.
I love that sauce. I'm so inspired by it.
The confidence in how you thought about it and then plated it up that tells me you're on the move in the competition. Please, yeah? Keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Great flavour.
It's amazing that the judges loved the flavour so much. I was so close, and yet I blew it.
And the last dish we'd like to taste belongs to Sashi.
I'm nervous. Hope I've done enough to impress Gordon.
I've cooked a roast lamb with beer-battered cauliflower and a reduction of lamb and beer.
A reduction of lamb and beer, I love that.
Lamb, beer, mustard.
Why not? Good on you.
Now, young man, I'm going to be honest with you. That is worth travelling 17,000 kilometres for, let me tell you. Delicious.
Thank you.
It's got heart. The smartness with the beer batter and what you've done with the cauliflower, lamb nailed, sauce with the beer. You know, you've got balls, clearly, and you know how to dress food and turn chefs on.
You know sometimes when you have a spoonful of something, you get that little...
We think of you being the guy who can do anything with the spice box. But you've got no spice, you've got a limited selection of flavours, and you put up, I think, probably the best dish you put up so far in the competition.
Thank you.
Sashi, how does that feel, man?
I'm floating.
Good on you. We'll float back to your bench, yeah? Well
Amazing.
done,
Well
man.
done.
Thank you.
I have impressed my hero. I'm feeling so proud.
It's the most incredible tart I've ever seen. There's fancy chocolate work that scares the hell out of me, but it looks delicious.
Oh, wow.
We get the dehydrated milk foam, which is really important in terms of texture. You get the chocolate twigs. So that's tempered chocolate. The glaze is probably one of the most important parts from a visual point of view. You glaze it with a dark chocolate glaze first, and then you skim it off with the hot gold glaze to get that spider web.
It's an absolute work of art, and to think that I now have to try to recreate this, I don't know. I'm feeling really scared.
So we start with the tart shell, which is a streusel base, mixed with caramelized peanuts and some beautiful 75% dark chocolate. So that's a real iffy part. The tart shell is actually deconstructed and reconstructed. We got a lavender and passion fruit jam. Really important. You want to have that lavender coming through, but you don't want it to be too strong, okay? Then you got a caramelized banana. Then the vanilla creamer. When you put the vanilla creamer in, make sure it's at right temperature. Bear in mind, this tart is only held together by chocolate. So what happens when you put something hot?
Too hot, it'll melt it.
It will melt it. So you got to be really, really careful.
Chocolate can be very temperamental. It just means more precision, more accuracy.
On top of the vanilla creamer, we got a caramel creme. It's like a whipped ganache, a really light cream. You want to have maybe that slight bitterness in there, and then we just season it to taste with some sea salt. So you really got to trust your taste buds in there. When you whip the caramel cream, make sure it's whipped quite firmly, but not too firm so you don't split it. Again, there's not a lot of layers in there, so every mistake will be obvious. There's nothing to hide.
I've now got the caramel cream successfully finally made. I've got the tart shell in the fridge cooling down. It's 2 hours down and I can't believe how much stuff I've still got to do. I've got both of the glazes to do. I've got that chocolate work. I've got to put the whole thing together. It just feels really daunting. In the middle of the tart, there's a passion fruit and lavender jam in there, and I'd never think of combining those two flavours, but it actually tastes really nice. The passion fruit and lavender jam is quite straightforward to make. It's just combining ingredients. The acidity is going to work really well to help balance the dish out.
After I've incorporated all of the sugars, I have to add the lavender oil. There's no precise measurement. We have to do this all by taste. I had about 1.5 drops of the lavender oil, and it's just right, I think.
Good work, Sam.
Come on, Sam. Now you got to push, push, push. Let's go, let's go.
So I'm now moving on to the white chocolate and vanilla crema.
In the dish, the crema is the layer that comes on top of the passion fruit jam. You put your caramel disc on. It's like the cement foundation in a building. The key thing with the crema is to get the gelatin ratio right. If you have too much of it, it'll be too hard and be unpleasant to eat. If you don't have enough, it won't set and it'll be a runny mess. I add the gelatin, make sure that's fully dissolved, and then I get into the blast chiller to set.
Good work, Ray. You're working so quickly.
Good job, Ray.
I'm still trying to get the crema custard up to heat. I can't really afford to be wasting this much time on it.
Come on, Aaron.
Once the custard is nice and thick, all I need to do then is add some gelatin and the crema is ready.
There's only 4 grams of gelatin in this white chocolate and vanilla crema. My instinct tells me that's not enough. The cremo's looking a little bit runny. I'm just hoping with the time it has in the fridge that it will set a little bit more.
You're running a little bit behind time, so just keep an eye on that.
Yeah, she got stressed now, look. She is feeling stressed.
The vanilla crema is taking so long to complete, and it's really setting back my cook.
Got to multitask, Tam. Come on.
I know that someone's going home today, and I don't want to go home.
The next thing I get onto is making the mirror glaze. This is absolutely key because it's beautifully even, black and shiny, and it's got this beautiful golden spider web on top of it as well. So I want to get this absolutely 100% spot on. I get the cream and sugar on the heat, and I mix in some cocoa powder with some nappage and some jam and get that to the boil.
Now that I've got my mirror glaze, I'm going to move on to my tempered chocolate branches.
Stay focused, Sam, you're okay.
I'm a little bit nervous at this stage. Usually at home I just eat the chocolate and not temper it. I'm running out of time, I just got to get a move on. If I don't get these chocolate twigs up, it's not going to look like Dennis's tart. So they have to be perfect.
So to make these chocolate twigs, we're putting it into frozen alcohol, which obviously isn't something you do every day. So I've got my safety goggles on, and it's kind of like going back to school chemistry a bit rather than cooking in the kitchen. This isn't the sort of cooking that I really do.
That is so cool.
That's amazing. Oh, and then it sinks. It goes shh, and then it goes whoop.
So I'm squeezing the chocolate into the liquid and it looks like it's kind of working.
I know once I take the branches out, if I've tempered them properly, they'll be good. If they haven't, they'll melt and I'll be in trouble.
Good job, Ray.
Looks really good, Ray. Keep it up.
I'm a little bit nervous at this stage. Don't have the best hit rate with tempered chocolate. I'm running out of time. I just got to get a move on.
Push, push, push. You're doing so well, Sam.
Yeah,
Keep
nice
motoring.
work, Sam. Good pace.
Now I need to add the mirror glaze to the top. This is probably the most crucial visual element of the dish because this is what the whole thing's going to look like. I'm just going to have to follow the recipe and hope that it works.
Beautiful. Well done.
It looks absolutely incredible.
Keep moving, Aaron.
Come on, Ray. Well done. Well done.
Oh my God. So I'm just doing my crunch. The crunch component of this dish sits on top of the souffle sponge. And it's really important because it's going to add a crunchy texture against the softness of the other elements. So this crunch is pretty crazy. It's got caramel popcorn and potato chips in it and popping candy. Perfect Anapology dish. Is it bad if the pop rocks are big? When I mixed it together, I realised I had these big chunks of popping candy. It's too big. They're all really big. I look at my packet of popping candy and there's just massive chunks everywhere, so I have to do something. I just grabbed a pot that I was using and start smashing the popping candy until it's fine. I just hope I haven't made it too fine. It's supposed to be crunchy after all. Take the chocolate souffle out of the oven and I pour the crunch on top of it and I make sure it's nice and smooth.
The first part of assembly is stacking the coloured discs in the right order. Lay the raspberry gel. The raspberry gel disc with the peanut brie on either side will go right in the centre of the firecracker. Push out one of the raspberry marshmallows. Then on the other side of that will be my marshmallow, topped with the peanut butter cremant and the cold set brulee.
Take a 16x5 PVC tube, cling film side down.
So to make the firecracker, first of all we put one of the crunch discs in the end. Then we add mousse. Then add the discs that are in the right order, hopefully. Push that down, add more mousse, and keep layering up the dessert until we've got all the layers in the right order surrounded by mousse.
Last turn to be solid, about 10 to 12 minutes.
Feels really good. I've actually created something that's starting to look like Anna's dish, and it's so exciting. I've got probably the most tricky bit left to do, the tempering the chocolate. I'm sweating, I'm nervous, I've got hardly any time to do it. I'm under loads of pressure, and I've just got to get this done.
Place the chocolate in a microwave, say bowl, now at 40-second bursts. How much chocolate?
Tempering the chocolate is probably one of the most crucial elements of this dish. We'll give it that nice crack when you cut into it. This is also the element where the transfer goes on, so it's the first thing that judges will see. If that's not beautiful and shiny and neat, it's not going to look like Anna's dish.
So the chocolate melts in the microwave and I come back to my bench and I put it on a marble board and I move it around until it gets down to 31 degrees.
That looks great, Em.
Still at 74. I'm looking at my chocolate and it's just not coming down. It's still at 74 degrees, but it's so hard.
Are you on Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Oh, crap. What's Fahrenheit?
Just melt it again.
I thought it was getting too thick. I can't believe it. Rookie error. Thanks, Brian.
I brought the chocolate back down to temperature. So now I'm going to transfer it onto the transfer sheet. I smooth it out over the transfer with a palette knife until 2 millimeter thick.
I'm absolutely exhausted, but I've got so much adrenaline pumping around my body. I lay the mousse insert on top of the chocolate and I'm really excited because I can see I'm rolling this up into a cylinder that's actually looking like Anna's, and I can see the transfer on the outside and it looks incredible. And I had no idea that this was even going to be remotely possible for me to do. I'm really proud of myself for having done what I've done.
Awesome work. You're an inspiration.
Ah, you're a pocket rocket, Em.
That cook was the most fun thing I've ever done in my life. I'm so happy that I just put up an Apollo dessert. I never thought I'd be able to do anything like that, and I achieved it.
The whole thing just smashes everywhere. Oh, I'm in awe. This is incredible. It looks so cool.
That there is snap, crackle, pop. So popping candy in a test tube.
It smells so good. I start looking and there's so many elements inside this ball.
Far out. Yeah, so that's your strawberry coulis splattered on the bench. Then you've got a financier sponge with some raspberries in there, so it's quite moist and quite tasty as well. Then you've got a white chocolate mascarpone vanilla mousse in there. And then you've got meringue kisses. You've got raspberries, strawberries, baby basil. That's a raspberry curd.
Oh.
Wow. And then you've got obviously chocolate work around it as well. Make sure you eat everything together as well. Oh, yum.
The mousse is just like super silk and just absolutely pure, and then the curd is sweet and tangy. And just how fresh everything is. Like, it's not like overpowering sweet, like it's fresh fruit and the little basil leaves and stuff. It's just really yum.
Sensational. I reckon it's right. 28.6. All right, I'm gonna use it.
My chocolate is finally at 28.5 degrees and I've got to work quickly. I need to get these moulds done and into the blood chiller. It's going to be so hard to demold these moulds if you don't have the right consistency. If it's too thick, yeah, it'll come out perfectly easy, but if it's too thin, it's going to get stuck in there and then you're going to break your chocolate and you won't have a mould. So it's a really fine line.
That looks so good, Elise.
Start thinking about those domes, Harry.
Everything's ready to go, except for the white chocolate domes. I am so worried that they're not going to come out easy. Though I looked up the front, Charlie's came out in just a second, so I'm hoping mine are going to do the same. I scrape all the chocolate off the top of the dome mould so the white chocolate domes come out nice and easy. But they're not coming out nice and easy.
Get your gloves on and just work gently. You've got time, mate.
I don't have time.
I just really need this to work.
Use your gloves, Harry, because you can grip and slide it.
If the white chocolate domes don't come out of their moulds, I don't have a dish. Like, what am I going to do? They're just going to be a mess on the plate.
These white chocolate domes are so thin. They need to be thin because when you drop it, they're meant to crack everywhere, but I can't pull it out. The recipe's telling me to push on them, but
It's not coming out.
I can slowly see little cracks happening.
Is it fully clean, the top?
It's stuck.
Don't panic, Elise, you're right.
It's just not working. They're not coming out, and I don't know what to do.
They're not coming out. How the...
Come on, Elise.
All right. Elise, gentle. Calm. Gentle. Calm. Turn it over and tap it hard. No, with your hand on the...
It's literally so stuck to the dome, it's not coming out.
I'm doing everything. Smashing it on the bench. Not working. Scooping it out. Not working. I try even using a blowtorch.
Oh, what are you doing, Harry?
Do not blowtorch it. Harry, don't blowtorch it. It's chocolate. You're going to melt it.
This is it. This is it. I'm done. My whole life is riding on whether or not these white chocolate domes are going to come out of the moulds.
Keep focused. Go, Harry. Do everything else that you can. Like that. Like what you were just doing.
It comes out. I have never, ever been so relieved in my entire life.
Come on, hurry! Come on, Hank!
So I have 15 minutes to plate up. This is make or break. To build the domes, put my raspberry coulis in. Then the next layer after that is the financier sponge. On top of that is the mousse, then a raspberry curd dome, and I've also got meringue kisses. But, you know, the meringues aren't not the shape and the texture that I really want. I could be paying for that mistake.
Oh my God. That looks so beautiful.
Wow. It is beautiful. That is a piece of artwork on the plate.
Now I'm going to cut it right in the center so you see it. Look at that. Wow. Inside is a soft yogurt foam, and then the crispies at the bottom, so you can see Rice Krispies that I threw inside.
There's some really interesting flavors. The yuzu, which is an Asian fruit, adds a pop of citrus. It looks elegant, it looks simple, it looks beautiful, and it tastes complex.
Great work, Matthew.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go, Matthew.
I've made 2 spheres and they both look perfect, so I'm feeling, pretty proud that I've actually managed to do this. The next step is to cut the hole in the top so that I can put the other elements in there, the Rice Krispies, the pastils, and pipe that yogurt mousse in. I've got a little cutter, I need to heat that up and very, very carefully cut a hole through the top. It's quite a nerve-wracking step. I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at right now.
Reynolds, do you need to spend some time on your domes now?
Yeah, I'm taking out the spheres out of the mold and it's looking pretty good. I've got to get the right size. I've got to make sure that they're sealed properly.
That's it, get those spheres joined.
It needs to be perfectly round. When I put the 2 halves together, I'm making sure there's no cracks where it joins. Looking at Matt's Cass's ball, it's perfect. It's very thin, and I'm looking at mine, it's okay. I'm just hoping it's thin enough and not too thick.
Keep pushing, go back in the freezer. Go.
It's time to plate up, and I've got to move fast. 5 minutes is not enough time. Grab the plum liquor jelly, and I've got to scrape it to make my granita. As I'm scraping it, it's just pulling off the plastic wrap. It's not looking right. It's just too chunky. It's too big. I've got to transfer it to another ball, and I've got to just mesh it up.
You have got to hustle. Come on, Rose.
It's organised chaos.
That's it, Rose.
I've got all the elements for my dish almost there. My pastils have set. I just need to cut them up and sugar them. I want to make sure that I get every element on the plate. It's going to come down to the tiniest little details. There's a lot of pressure to get it right.
I've got to cut the little jelly spheres that go onto the top of the balls. I know that the clock's ticking. I'm really getting nervous. A few of them are tearing. I don't want to be sent home because I miss out on one element on the dish that's important.
Come on, Matthew.
I've got a few minutes left in my cook and I've ticked off all the elements on my dish. I'm so relieved that I've got all my elements done. Now it's time to actually plate it up. I'm being really careful. It'd be really frustrating right now if I forgot to put something on the plate.
I didn't draw a picture at the start, so I've got to try and remember from memory what the plating was like. I'm trying to assemble it all together. I've got to remember what's inside the ball and what's on the outside.
With my history of plating things up, there's always room for something to go wrong, so I'm just hoping that I can still pull this all together. I put the other elements in there, the Rice Krispies, the pastils, and pipe that yogurt mousse in. I finally managed to get a jelly disc on reasonably well, so I'm happy with that.
I'm trying to remember how much rubies she put on, how much caviar she put on. I'm trying to remember where the pastils go. And I'm just looking at this, just something really, really missing.
Starting to garnish it with all the little bits and pieces, and it's actually starting to look really beautiful. The little pastels really pop against the pink.
Come on, Rose, you can do it. Let's go, Rose.
The Rice Krispies are nice and bright. Yeah, all of a sudden I've got this beautiful dish.
Time's up. Now I'm looking at my dish and it hits me. I know what's missing. I forgot to put the Rice Krispies on the outside of the ball. I'm pretty sure I put them inside, but I haven't put them outside. I've got this, sunken feeling that I know it's going to be me. There's little details like Rice Krispies, the thickness, I don't know if it was okay. I'm nervous, I can't breathe. I'm hardly taking any breaths in because I'm worried I might be going home.
I think one of the most important pressure points is smoking it. Very important. Once you smoke it, then starts a big challenge of cooking it in sous vide. Once you do that, and then you have to pan roast it. You only get one chance to cut the chicken to make sure it's cooked through.
For this rice papadum to work, the rice has to be cooked perfectly. Then I need to bash out the rice so it forms together and holds its shape.
Laura, give me 1 second. Look what's happening. Did you add the orange blossoms and everything, the vinegars?
No.
No?
I'm so angry at myself for missing this crucial step. Without the orange blossom and the vinegar in the rice papadum just isn't going to work. I do not have time for this.
Okay?
Yeah.
No, that's not going to help.
No.
We don't need salt in that rice, too much salt.
There's no salt in it.
From the tears. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you got to do it fast.
Gently, gently.
How much time have I got?
12 minutes. Fast and hard, fast and hard.
I've never made a rice papadum before. We shouldn't bash the rice too much, otherwise the grains will spread apart and they won't stick together. I'm not sure if I've bashed too much. It seems to be okay, and it seems that they are sticking together.
Sprinkle them on, crush them with your hands if you can. And then into the 100-degree oven to dry.
Just throw it in, get it in the oven. All right, get your coriander oil done.
All right, so 2 large bunches of coriander picked. Come on, G.
This whole cook so far has been pretty up and down. I feel like I'm starting to get back on top of it now that I know that it's going to go quickly from here.
Just strain it. You just need a little bit of oil,
I can't believe I'm ahead of everyone after my disastrous start with the sous vide machine. I thought I was never going to make up the time, but I'm feeling a lot more confident now.
Gigi, all you've got now is the last step, step 19. Check your chicken.
Yeah, it's pretty soft. With 7 minutes to go, I get my chicken out of the sous vide machine, and I'm really worried about the chicken roulade because it is very raw. And I know that I need to get it in the pan as soon as I can because pan frying is going to really need to cook it. I definitely don't want to serve the chicken up raw because it'll send me home instantly.
Get a spoon, get the butter nice and hot, and nappe it over.
Take your chicken out.
And I take the chicken out of the sous vide machine, and that is very rare.
Get your pan on the heat.
It is. And I'm praying that the heat from the pan is gonna just cook it through. But I don't think it's gonna cook.
Good, G. Nice and even. Just keep turning it.
Okay, that's good.
So it's not how I expected it to come out of the sous vide machine. I just thought it was going to come out more cooked than it was. But this isn't a disaster. I can fix that. I just need to give it a bit longer in the pan than I thought I was going to in the beginning.
Come on, Renee, you're all over this.
You can do it. Just push for the last few minutes.
All right, get your sauce and your rice together just so you're ready. Come on, Gigi. Come on, come on, come on.
Now getting your chicken.
At this point, I remove the chicken from the sous vide and I'm quite confident that it's cooked properly.
Get your pan up.
I brown off the chicken, basting it with that ghee, and I'm so relieved. I feel like this is doable now.
You're looking good, Flame.
Flames, tears, nothing's going for me right now.
Looks good, Renee.
Looking good, Renee.
Get your sauce on the plate.
Check your papadum as well.
4 minutes to go and I remove my rice papadum from the oven and it looks okay. I think I might have this.
Oh, well, that hasn't worked.
That's an absolute disaster. It's not holding together and there is no way that this is coming off in one piece.
Come on, Ray, you're right. Let's get it going. Come on, come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Very gently.
Good job, Renee.
Beautiful, Renee.
Yes!
The gantry starts cheering. It's like I've just won the Olympics. It's crazy.
Wow. Hey?
Awesome, Renee.
It's like I'm gonna go home and undercook chicken. Like I know how to cook chicken. So, yeah, I'll feel completely defeated if I go home off this.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Come on, Gigi, you've only got a minute.
I think I was really on track to plate up the dish really well, but suddenly this roulad's just falling apart.
How is it? How is it, G?
I've been really worried about the chicken being undercooked, so now I think I've practically charcoaled it in the pan and it looks more like barbecue chicken. Oh my God.
Is it cooked, Amy?
Yep.
Beautiful.
I think it's cooked.
Yeah? Come on.
Oh God, I've totally destroyed this roulade.
Laura, chicken.
I'm freaking out. I'm about to put raw chicken onto my plate. I know it's not cooked and I'm going home.
Round 1. 16 cloches, 16 classic dishes. One by one, we'll lift a cloche, and then all of you simultaneously will write down what that classic dish is.
I think I have a really broad knowledge base about classic dishes, probably, you know, one of the best in the competition, so hopefully I can pick all 16 of them.
The only way you can name it is visually. You won't be able to eat it, sniff it, do any of that type of stuff. You got it?
I'm honestly a little bit concerned about Brent and Byron, only based on experience. You know, they're both quite modern cooks and they may not be familiar with all the classics.
The first couple of dishes will be easy to identify. Well, we hope so. But as we get down the line, they'll get tougher and tougher. If you're one of the first 3 people to get a dish wrong, we'll be seeing you in round 2. Make sense?
Yes.
Easy?
No.
Well,
Never easy.
yeah. You ready to do this?
Yes.
Yep.
What about you, Sarah? What's your knowledge like on classic dishes?
I know quite a few, hopefully. It just depends, you know, what cuisines and...
Remind us, what cuisines are your strength?
I love French and Indian.
Okay. What about you, Colin?
I think I've got a pretty good handle on classic dishes. Might struggle a bit with spelling, but apart from that I should go okay.
Due to the fact that I'm the worst speller on earth, we won't be marking you down on the spelling, yeah?
Good news.
Great.
Right, we're going to take you on a trip around the world to see how good your food knowledge is. If you find yourself in round 2, you'll only have the ingredients from the dishes correctly identified by the 7 of you to cook with. Limited pantry. Right, let's start. We are looking for the recognizable name, the main name by which each of these dishes are known. Ready for dish number 1? This should be an easy one. Come and have a look, but don't get too close.
Ding. Very confident, not worried.
I think Byron's really struggling there.
I'm 99% sure, but I just can't believe it. It could be something this simple. Maybe I'm missing something.
Right, that's enough of a look. This should be easy. This is only round 1. Write down your answers, please. Everybody ready? All good answers? Everyone correct?
Hope so.
Yep.
Byron, what is it?
Spaghetti carbonara.
All of you said carbonara? You're all correct, you're all safe. All right, dish 2, you ready?
Yes.
Another easy one. The hardest thing about guessing this is spelling it.
Everybody done? Brent, what's the dish?
Ta-ta-tan.
Love your spelling of it. I'm going to spell it like that from now on. Colin, what's your dish?
Ta-ta-tan.
Byron?
Ta-ta-tan.
How did you spell that?
T-A-R-T-T-A-T-A-N.
We're definitely not a group of spellers, we're a group of cooks.
Congratulations, you're all still alive. Time for dish number 3. This might throw one or two of you. Do you know what this dish is? Brent?
I can't.
You worried?
Yeah.
You got a mental blank? You know what it is and you can't get it out of your head?
I'll know it once you say it.
I'm starting to second guess myself. I'm not sure, I'm in 2 minds, so I'm a little bit worried. I don't want to be the first into round 2. In fact, I don't want to be in round 2 at all.
Brent, we're going to need an answer. Right, let's put Brent out of his misery one way or the other. Brent, reveal your answer. Ossobuco, you think? Interesting. Byron, let's have a look at yours.
Not sure if it's spelled right, but...
Ossobuco as well. Gee. Amelia, what do you think the dish is?
Ossobuco.
Tracy?
Ossobuco.
Jamie?
Ossobuco.
Feeling a bit more confident now, Brent?
Feel a little bit better.
You've all said ossobuco. You are, of course, right. All doing very nicely so far. Does it get harder, Brent? You betcha. Byron, what would you love to see under this next cloche?
Something that I know.
Right, dish 4. Write down the name, please.
If you've ever been to a Thai restaurant or been to Thailand, you're going to guess that for sure.
All done?
Yeah.
No.
How you going there, Colin?
Yeah, I'm
You
struggling.
got a couple of dishes in your head? Or just one?
I've got a couple, and that's the problem. I know it's Thai. I know it's noodles. It's a bewilderment to me that I can't write down what the thing is. I just can't think of the name of the damn thing.
Colin, you need an answer.
Okay. I don't want to be the first person to go through to round 2. It's the last thing I want.
Colin, 2 dishes in your head. What did you finally decide to put down?
I just put Thai fried rice. I just couldn't think of the name of it.
What did you say, Sarah?
Pad Thai.
Amelia.
Pad Thai.
Jamie.
Pad Thai. Pad Thai.
Pad Thai.
I'm sorry to say, Colin, you're wrong. It's not Thai fried rice. It is Pad Thai.
I can't believe that he got it wrong. I thought that this whole challenge would be playing into Colin and my hands. And the fact that Colin's gone out on the 4th dish just puts that little bit of fear in me that this isn't such a safe game.
So, Colin, you will be cooking in round 2. I'd like to take your position over there. Now it's just a matter who's going to join you.
Now, I'm really concerned about who I'm going to be up against in the second round. All these guys are great cooks.
We are looking for 3 going to round 2. So, dish number 5, a real classic.
This is a huge relief. It's a French dish, so hopefully Sarah's going to do okay on this one.
Jamie, straight back there. Knows it straight away. Amelia's the same.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous now. If I get this wrong, I'm going to be straight into round 2.
It's going through your head, Tracy.
I thought it was one thing, and now looking at knowing what the protein is, I've got it in there, but I can't actually connect to the name of it, and I'm really worried now.
Yeah.
It's not that.
My heart is in my mouth, and I'm trying to psychically channel something to her. Just say, you know, Tracy, you know this.
I know that's completely wrong, but...
Tracy, what's the dish?
Cote de Torre, but I know it's not right.
Amelia, what do you think this dish is?
I think it's coq au vin.
Yep.
Jamie, what do you think this dish is?
It's coq au vin.
Yeah.
Brent?
Coq au vin.
Coq au vin.
Sarah?
I didn't know it either. I know.
No one expected that, especially Sarah. For me, it is a complete bombshell. Everyone's pretty gobsmacked.
Sometimes too much knowledge is a dangerous thing. This dish is coq au vin. Sarah and Tracy, I'm sorry to say, you're both joining Colin in round 2, where you'll cook for your place in this competition.
I'm cooking against Sarah and Cole. Not happy about this round.
First challenge is simple. Cook us one marvellous dish. But you must use one of the ingredients under these cloches.
I love this challenge. Things are going to get a little hot in here. What are they? Chilies. Poblano chilies. Jalapenos. Starting to see a little pattern here, huh?
Ooh.
Cayenne chilies.
I'm starting to realise that those minutes under the chilies is all the cooking time you're going to get, and 15 minutes is not much time at all.
Next one. Piquin. You see what's happening here?
They're getting hotter.
They're getting hotter.
If there's anything I don't want to cook with, it's hot chilies. For the simple fact, I can't handle them.
It's going to be very hot in here, especially when we look under this cloche.
I'm scared.
Come on, George, it's okay. Yep, the chilies are getting hotter. So under here, habanero. You have to cook with one of these chilies. The hotter the chili, the harder the dish, so the more time you have to cook that dish. That's why these little babies, you only get 5 minutes, and that's why the habaneros, you have 30 minutes.
But there's one more chili that I need to show you. Now, this chili is the hottest chili in the world. This is the Trinidad Scorpion Butch Tea Chili. You know, that your tongue pretty much looks like that after you've tasted just a tiny bit of it. you chose to cook with this, you'd have to wear a face mask. You'd have to wear gloves. If you touch this chili, your hands would be numb for 2 days.
Jeez.
So, it's off the table. Sarah, you're married into an Indian family, or an Indian family's married into your family. You must love chili.
I do love chili, but I know that you guys can't handle too much spice, but...
What? Well, not us guys.
George.
I love chili, it's him.
Maybe you should have been not here today.
Maybe.
The rules are simple. You need to cook us a delicious dish. It's about being able to be smart cooks to introduce the flavour of the chili rather than just the punch and smack of the chili, yeah? You guys will be picking the chili that you want to cook with. We'll be working that out. A little MasterChef classic, the knife pull.
I really want to get the habanero chili for the simple reason I've got the most time.
Sarah, number 1. That means you're first.
Oh, great girl.
I knew she was going to take that one. Okay, Tash. Number 2. That means you go second.
I'm definitely looking at the hotter chilies that give me a longer cooking time.
Brent, go 5 minutes, man. Go 5 minutes. Be brave.
I'd be crazy to choose a 5-minute dish. Sorry, Georgie.
So I'm gonna go with the cayenne. 5 minutes. No way.
15 minutes isn't long, but the opportunity to cook against a top chef would be absolutely mind-blowing, and I'll do anything I can to win this immunity challenge.
Sarah, your time starts now.
I definitely think I've got an advantage today. I've chosen the habanero chilies. They're the hottest, but it means I've got the longest time for cooking, 30 minutes.
Come on, Sarah.
All right, I'm doing it. Today, I'm going to make pork mince samosa with a chili chutney and a raita.
Is it hot?
It is pretty hot.
Fascinating challenge, because obviously it's a balance of heat and time. How do you temper something like a habanero? How do you make it cooler?
I think 30 minutes is very, very alluring. How would you do it, Kylie?
First of all, I guess I'd cut them open, I'd remove that inner membrane. Would I blanch them and then grill them, or would I slow roast them? It's sort of like cooking them for a long amount of time to sort of reduce the heat a little bit. They're quite scary, I have to say.
I finished my dough and I'm happy with that. So now I've got to get my oil in the pan up to temperature so that I can deep fry my samosa. I'm using the hottest chili today, so I really have to be careful not to make it too hot so my samosa's inedible. I just want to do a little chili jam on the side. I know George isn't a chili fan, so I'm going to make a little chili jam with habanero on the side so the judges can adjust the heat to their liking.
I love the fact that you're living dangerously, and not only are you putting it in the main component, the samosa, but then you're going to make us a chili jam to dip the samosas into.
Yeah, because you guys have got different taste buds.
I love chili.
So I love chili as well, but I want that balance of pleasure and pain.
Yeah, exactly. So what about this sweaty head?
Don't worry about that.
That's
Okay. That's half of the pleasure.
Obviously, I'm worried about the flavour of the chili and getting that in there without taking it too far.
Right, 10 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. That means Tash is cooking. 20 minutes.
I'm going to take a big risk today. I'm going to use chili in a dessert. So I have to make sure to balance the heat of the chili with the sweetness of the dessert. But if I pull it off, I know that dish is going to set me apart from the other two. I'm going to make a pineapple and chili sorbet with a macerated fruit salad. I peel and core my pineapple, put that in the Thermomix along with some ice. One big hurdle in this dish, and that is making a sorbet in that 20 minutes. That has to be made and frozen in that time span.
I'm pretty nervous about the fact that I've only got 15 minutes. I've got the shortest amount of time and the least experience cooking with chilies.
You're almost on, Brent.
Yeah. It's all about the chili, so get loads in there.
For me, and the cayenne is what I'm drawn to. I would use it in a way where it becomes the body of the dish.
Yeah.
So, you know, char it really gently, maybe make a puree.
Try the green one.
Oh, that's hot.
I think what the weirdest thing is the man who doesn't like chilies has probably made the best choice in terms of those cayenne.
Yeah, absolutely. 15 minutes down, that means 15 to go. Brent, let's get into the pantry.
Brent, what are you cooking?
I'm going to use the mussels. I'm going to use a bit of white wine and the chilli and toss it through a bit
Yum.
of garlic. Get the herbs.
You know, all in one pan, make it delicious.
Yeah,
Come on,
start it.
community, man. That's what's on the line.
Unreal, Brent. You're on a winner, mate.
I've picked up a few nice ingredients so I can put up a nice little dish with mussels and hopefully make chili the star.
Good choice.
Good choice. Excellent choice.
Well, there's been a bit of a running joke in the house with Brendan is chili eating. Brent calls himself the chili virgin because he's not good with heat, which didn't go down too well when the girls made him a coffee the other night full of chili. So this challenge has probably come a little bit too soon for him, but he's got the mildest ones out of the bunch, so yeah, I think he'll do well.
Come on then, idea, what is it?
I'm going to do some mussels with a chorizo, white wine, toss it through with the chili and serve it on a bit of bread.
Great idea for that amount of time, Brent.
Okay, good. I like the sound of that idea. But you got a motor, right?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Come on, Brenty. Get him cranking, mate.
Remember, this little hot round is about the chance to fight for immunity. Keep that in mind. 10 minutes to go.
Come on, go!
I'm still trying to get the right balance of chili in my pineapple sorbet. I cut the tips off the chilies because they're slightly less hot than the walls of the chili.
Will you have time to set your sorbet?
I mean, that's going to be, you know, fingers crossed. Great idea.
Great idea.
I've only got 10 minutes, so if my sorbet doesn't set properly, I won't have a chili element on my dish at all, and I will be completely out of the running to get that immunity pin.
Things are hotting up. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes left to go. I'm really worried. My oil is no way near hot enough to deep fry my samosa. I put my samosa in the oil and nothing happens. It's not even bubbling.
You're in desperate times, so you've either got to take some oil out. How much oil do you realistically need to fry it in?
So I just pour some of the oil out and hope it comes to temperature quicker. I need to really get motoring, otherwise I'm not going to get a dish up.
I debeard about 7 or 8 mussels because I know not all of them will open.
Just get it all on, mate.
Get those mussels in there, Brent. Lid on.
I'm frantic, time's ticking away. I just hope that I've got enough time to do it all.
This is it. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes before we determine the right of who's going to challenge for immunity.
I'm right down to the wire now. I'm nearly out of time, but the oil's finally up to temperature. I just hope that the samosa cooks through and the pastry is nice and crispy.
I've got rock melon and honeydew sitting in the ginger and mint and lime dressing, and I'm just hoping that my sorbet is setting in the freezer.
30 seconds to go. Come on.
30 seconds to go, and I still haven't got my sorbet on the plate. And I'm just hoping that it's set. My sorbet is set, and I've never been more relieved.
Go, guys! Come, Brent, you got your bread yet too, mate. Don't forget your bread.
The time has come. 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,